The fortress nation North Korea's philosophy of military self-reliance. North Korea's military strategy is deeply rooted in the philosophy of Juche, which emphasizes self-reliance. This principle, born out of the Korean War and reinforced by decades of international isolation, guides their military development. Pyongyang sees itself as a fortress, surrounded by hostile forces. The KPA is not just a fighting force but a symbol of national pride and the guardian of the nation's ideology. Decades of sanctions have solidified North Korea's resolve to build a military capable of deterring any threat. The KPA defends the country against external aggression and ensures the regime's continuity. Standing firm personnel and structure of the Korean People's Army. The Korean People's Army is one of the largest standing militaries in the world. Estimates place active duty personnel at over 1 million. The KPA is organized into 5 branches: Ground Force, Naval Force, Air and Anti-Air Force, Strategic Rocket Forces, and Special Operation Force. The Ground Force is the largest, equipped with artillery, tanks, and armored vehicles. The Supreme Leader, Kim Jong-un, holds absolute authority over the military. The KPA maintains a forward deployment posture near the DMZ, reflecting its readiness to respond to perceived threats. An arsenal on display: conventional and asymmetric military capabilities. Beyond its sheer size, the KPA possesses a range of conventional and asymmetric military capabilities. While much of its equipment is outdated, North Korea has made strides in modernizing key areas. Its ballistic missile program has advanced significantly, with the development of intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs, capable of potentially reaching the continental United States. This development has significantly altered the regional security calculus, raising concerns among North Korea's neighbors and the international community. North Korea also fields a substantial arsenal of chemical weapons, which it could potentially deploy via artillery shells or ballistic missiles. Furthermore, Pyongyang has invested in cyber warfare capabilities, using them for espionage, propaganda, and potentially disruptive attacks. The regime views these asymmetric capabilities as force multipliers, enabling it to offset the conventional military superiority of its adversaries. While the exact scale and sophistication of North Korea's cyber capabilities remain uncertain, they represent a growing threat that cannot be ignored. Section 4. Modernizing the force drones, satellites, and the shadow of nuclear development. In recent years, North Korea has made notable advancements in its development of unmanned aerial vehicles, commonly known as drones. These drones, ranging in size and capability, could be used for reconnaissance, surveillance, and potentially even attack missions. This development raises concerns about North Korea's ability to conduct surprise attacks or target key infrastructure in South Korea. Furthermore, North Korea has demonstrated its ambition to develop military satellites. While still in its early stages, a successful satellite program could enhance North Korea's intelligence gathering capabilities and provide targeting information for its ballistic missiles. Adding to the complexity is North Korea's continued pursuit of nuclear weapons and the materials needed for their production. While the exact status of its nuclear program remains shrouded in secrecy, North Korea has conducted multiple nuclear tests, demonstrating its willingness to use nuclear weapons as a deterrent and a bargaining chip in international negotiations. Section 5. The struggle for resources, logistical constraints, and the question of external support. Despite its formidable military, North Korea faces significant logistical challenges. The country's economy is underdeveloped, hampered by decades of mismanagement and international sanctions. These constraints limit the resources available for military modernization and training. The KPA relies heavily on outdated equipment, and its ability to sustain prolonged combat operations is questionable. The issue of external support for North Korea's military is complex. China remains North Korea's closest ally, but its support is not unconditional. Section 6. Implications for the future. North Korea's military posture and regional stability. North Korea's military posture has significant implications for regional and global security. Its nuclear and missile programs pose a direct threat to South Korea, Japan, and potentially even the United States. The risk of miscalculation or unintended escalation remains a constant concern. North Korea's willingness to engage in provocative actions, such as missile launches and cyber attacks, further destabilizes the region. The international community faces a complex challenge in addressing the North Korean threat. Sanctions and diplomatic pressure have had limited success in curbing North Korea's nuclear ambitions. Dialogue and engagement remain essential, but progress has been elusive. The possibility of a negotiated settlement appears distant, leaving the Korean peninsula locked in a dangerous stalemate. The situation underscores the need for continued vigilance, robust deterrence, and a coordinated international response to manage the challenges posed by North Korea's military might.